Good afternoon, MMTs. How is everyone doing? 4:15 of 2013. Time is 2:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're gathered here today to show you how the S&P was up at 1594 on this peak right here, as it was, and then how we had slammed down on this daily bar to a low of 1552. Okay, so we start out with the gap down. It's 1588.84 on the high, and the low is 1552.28. One of the things on the daily chart is this is the daily sell bar, MMT. What I am going to do is that $1,600 puts that people were buying have paid tremendously today. Another thing I would like to say is that the S&P had its biggest pullback day of the year. The bull has bought every pullback. Every pullback. We had pullback here on a daily. We ran and made highs. We pulled back. We run and we made highs. We have it all covered very, very well. On this daily, I'm going to blow this up. This is where the all-time high was up here. Then on Friday, we had a little bit of selling. It got support. We start with that gap down. That was the biggest one-day range. So we had 36.48 handles off of the high. Now, the S&P $1,600 put options are paying monumental for the first calendar day of the year, meaning that if you were trying to buy puts in the S&P and not buy the dips, you went to the woodshed, meaning that, the bull was in complete control until today. We have warned many people that overbought markets in different levels within the bull structure will have these pullbacks. Tomorrow, we're going to find out. Here was a daily sell down. I will give you the date here because everyone remembers this date. Right here. This date was on 2/25. We had a low of 1487. We called for a pullback because in the cycle we were overbought, but you had to get net long right away. And each one of these lines are exactly 18.28 points on the S&P. You can see how mathematically accurate they are, and we closed down toward the low. Now, having said that, we're going into a major catalyst for earnings. That's all good. So where does the S&P have the lowest support level? Is going to be right down here, right above the 1500 level, right where this started out, right here. Each line is where each breakout above the resistance areas will become that new support level. So tomorrow, what we're going to be looking for, does that bull jump in right away like he's been doing all calendar year? With major catalyst of earnings starting, what do I mean by that word? The big bellwether tech, internet stocks, high beta stocks, they're going to report these quarterly reports. It will be a stock picker's market. It will be time to pick the good ones off the bottom because money will still have to go to work. What I will tell you is that we have hit an extreme level again at this particular all-time high of the S&P where we had to come down. But there were other areas like here that we had reversals that were overbought in this cycle that had to come down. They couldn't close below the 1540 here. This was on the jobs Friday. Horrible jobs report. They come down, they come right back in, gap it up, and run it to that high. How many days? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days up to the top. We started some light selling, but today was King Kong to the downside. And the bear was in complete control. Once again, put options are paying. MMTs, the broader S&P 500 leadership stocks, they all sold off too. So it was a bear tape today versus a bull side run. Now, do they come right back in and go for the high? That's yet to be determined. There will be increased volatility. We said that there would be, and today's down day is the biggest one so far that we've had on any one of these corrections. Right here, today was from the 1595 all the way down. So once again, 1593.37 was the highs up here. You can see where the low was a long time ago. I had put those in there. It calculated it. So what I want to tell everyone moving forward is that there is going to be a lot of volatility. Here's a 3-minute chart of the S&P. You can see right up here where the high reversal started. It went straight down, straight down. Every bounce we sold, every bounce we sold. That bull did not step in and buy the tape. S&P 500 is still overbought, still needs to correct so the money that never got involved can get in off of that sideline and get involved and pick off the good earnings that we are going to be starting this week. We already have. And it's going to be heavily loaded this week. Lots of volatility coming. Be prepared for it.